What's up, guys? So I just created a new folder up here called Flash Trivia, and I figured I would record this workflow of how I build my apps. So to create a new folder, if you guys don't know, you just right click on your desktop is what I do, and go to new and select folder, and then name your folder, and I'm just going to do testings, and bam, hit enter, and you just created a new folder. And then the way I open that folder is I open up my cursor, and I'm already in a project, so I don't want to work inside this project. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to do a new window, and then I'm going to go right here to Open Project, and then I'm going to navigate to my desktop right here, over here on the left panel. And then I know that the one that I want is Flash Trivia, because we're going to create the Trivia app, and we're going to select that folder, and we can see that we are in the Flash Trivia folder, and we do have the File Explorer open, and we are empty right now, so it's a blank slate. So what I want to do is I want to create a plan for this, and so I'm going to tell him, oh, there's a new update, huh? Yeah, I guess go ahead and update, and I'll put y'all guys on pause. Okay, so what's new? Well, Agent Chat Composer now all in one. Okay, that's cool. Continue. I don't want to install nothing right now. Multi-chat, view the change log. I don't need to see the change log. All right, let's get going here. And I'm just going to minimize this in the background because we're not working on that project. And this one I'm just going to close him down. And I think I just closed down the wrong one on accident. So let's just open him up again with a new window. I'll minimize this one. Open that project. Go to my desktop, select my Flash Trivia folder, select that folder, and we're back in here. Okay, now then, I'm going to go to the chat section. I'm going to start off telling him, hold on. Okay, so what I did is I told him I wanted him to design and build a viral-worthy and ultimate AI-powered trivia game, including every imaginable genre, including custom genre that will connect to custom database of curated information on the custom subject. The UI needs to be modern and futuristic vibe with animated elements and interactive elements. I want there to be also a flashcard section of the game to assist users in their studies, whatever genre of study they may be into, with the ability of connecting custom data or study material. Then I tell him, build me a detailed plan for this project and save it as a markdown file for your reference. And he says, I'll create a detailed plan for your AI-powered trivia game with flashcard functionality. Let me start by exploring the existing project structure to understand what we're working with. See the directory is empty. Let me create a comprehensive plan. And it does, projectplan.md, and here it is right here. Boom. And if I make this bigger, we can see that the project overview, there's the core features, the flashcard study system, the user experience, and the AI integration, technical architecture, the front end, React.js, TypeScript, and Node.js, GraphQL, Mongo, Redis, AI components, infrastructure. Okay, development roadmap, phase 1, foundation, blah, blah, phase 2, phase 3, 4, 5, tech stack details, React, Next, TypeScript, Tailwind, Framer Motion, Axios, 3JS, D&D Kit for drag and drop, Express, Mongoose, Apollo Server, JSON Web Token, Bcrypt, Redis, AI and data processing, OpenAI, TensorFlow, NLP processing, Pinecone, Milvus, vector database, Cheerio, testing. Okay, so he's got a good plan, and let's just let's see here. I think that's fine. That's fine. So he's got a plan. And let's see. Now let's create the initial project structure and get started. I'll set up Next.js project with TypeScript and Tailwind. And he attempts to use the terminal. And he's trying to generate something right now. So far, all he's created is the project. I'm just going to accept and see. Let's click Run Command. Pop out this terminal because it asks me if I want to proceed. I say yes, enter. And MQ naming restriction can no longer contain capital letters. Couldn't create a project called that. Really? Okay. So I need to tell him that. At context, go to my terminals. Come on, dude, add context. Go to my... Let me try this a different way. Add context. Terminal. Here we go. Boom. That one. Now I gotta tell him. Look at the terminal. We need to fix something. Okay. Project still in progress. I'm going to send him that because he's referring to this in the terminal. I see the issue. Failed because the name is that contains capital letters. So he fixes it. I'm going to click run the command. Couldn't create a project called Flash Trivia. Name can no longer contain capital. What? It didn't. We still have the same issue with the directory. So he's going to try a different approach. And let's click run that command because he has a problem. What's your project name? Let's pop out that terminal. We're going to go, we're going to call it Flash Trivia. Enter. Would you like code inside an SRC directory? I'm going to say, I guess. Would you like to use TurboPack for NextDev? Sure. Would you like to customize import alias by default? No. Installing dependencies. Alright, see, for some reason he couldn't do that kind of stuff. And so let's just cancel this step. Or actually, after it finishes installing, then I'll tell him said I had to finish up the install myself. You can keep going now. We were successful. Okay, so and I'm going to say let's close this terminal out, and I'm actually running in a different terminal, so I need to add the context from that terminal. I believe it's this one, and I'll send it. actually gonna accept, and then I'm gonna cancel, and then send. Great, I see the Next.js project was successfully created in a subdirectory called Flash Trivia. Let's continue by setting up the initial project structure and implementing the key components according to our plan. And so now he's referring back to the plan. And he's creating a more detailed project structure, following the architecture plan, create the basic structure, run it. He has a problem running commands on his own sometimes. That didn't work, so he's trying again. That didn't work either. Let's try again with a different approach. Run the command. These are just commands he's entering into the command line here. And I see the issue with PowerShell syntax. Try a different approach. Now let's create the directory structure, because now he's in the right directory. Run the command. Let's create each directory one by one. Okay, because creating all of them didn't work. So he's not the best at running the command line. Let me create the remaining directories. So he succeeded by creating one. And let's run it to create the rest. See if he can do more than one. Let's create the directories individually. He couldn't do it. Run the command. Run it. Run it. Run it. And yep, a couple more. Yep, one at a time, buddy. And see, I had him running on NOLO mode or something, YOLO mode. Run it, which is, go into my chat settings here. Agent, open on this mode, agent automatically. Enable auto run mode. Allow agent to run tools without asking confirmation. That was already clicked, bro. Yes, I see. Continue. I know the disclaimer. Good night. The dialogue. Don't ask again preferences. See, this will take a lot faster. Coding index, blah, blah, blah. Terminal hint, show the hint text, blah, blah, blah. Use preview box for terminal command, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. Features, huh? General, account, appearance. I don't need nothing else. And close those settings. And then run that command, dude. Now we should run in auto mode, and I shouldn't have to help him no more. I guess every time you update, it changes your settings back to default. See, now he's running these things no problem one by one. And so that's something that you can do to increase your productivity. And now then he'll sit there and now he's installing Framer Motion Axios, blah, blah, blah. He could run into a problem because it could ask me a yes or no question like it did back here. But it installed no problem. He stops after 25 tool calls. And you just got to click resume the conversation. And you can see down here he is generating. Great. Now let's update the app's main layout and page to implement a futuristic UI design. Now let's update the global CSS to create a more futuristic theme. All right, so now he's going to start doing some stuff. So we can see we have a package JSON here. And we have an architecture diagram right here. Okay. And the package JSON file is right here. And he's creating this file right here. Boom. As a matter of fact, he's creating a whole bunch of stuff over here. And let's update the layout .tsx to incorporate our design system. Now he's creating a navigation header component. All inside, no, that's in a different file, a header.tsx file. And so that's over there somewhere. Now let's create a futuristic button component. And we've got some problems over here. But that's okay. We're just going to monitor his progress. And one of the problems already went away. Anytime you got terminal problems, that's not good. But it's because he's in the middle of coding a whole bunch of different stuff. And he'll eventually pick up on it. If he doesn't, if he gets to a point to where he stops, then here, let me just accept all and see if that problem goes away. Sometimes those problems go away when you accept all. Let's update the main page to showcase our futuristic trivia and flashcard app. Let's create a futuristic homepage for Flash Trivia. And so we'll let him do that. Read page.tsx. Oh, he might be reading page.tsx. He is. He's on page.tsx, which is this file here. Yep, and he is altering that file. And we've got a couple more problems that popped up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him, I'm going to say, we have 3 problems in the terminal. Oh, yep, nope, 2 of them just went away. And so, see, I'm getting ahead of myself. He's recognizing. I'm just going to say some problems in the terminal. Let's fix them. And I'll just stand by while he's in the middle of doing this one page here. And it appears that he's done with that. And we still have an issue. So let's see what he does. Now let's create a basic flashcard learning page. Page.tsx. And I'm just going to let him do what he do until he gets to a point to where he's done with it. And we have something that we can open up and test. And we're currently going on 18 minutes here. And so he's done with that. Let's update the Tailwind configuration to support our custom CSS variables. And he couldn't find the config file. And let's check the correct Tailwind config file. Blah, blah, blah. He's looking through some stuff, through some of the files. So he's creating a Tailwind config file. I guess one didn't exist, so he created it, and he's done with that. And we still got a problem in the terminal. Let's create a simple README file for the project. So he's almost done. And so after he gets done, then I'll tell him to fix the problem. I don't want to interrupt him because he won't finish. And I want him to at least get to a finished state. Now let's run the project. Well, it's not going to work, buddy, because we've successfully created blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Where's it running? See, it's not running. So I have to tell him we have some problems in the terminal. Let's fix them. And this was, see, it's not running. This is what he launched right here. And see the issue, trying to use that and that. No. Blah, blah, blah. Up and running. Blah, blah, blah. He says it's at localhost 3000. But I know that's not true. At least I don't think it is. So I'm going to copy this. Then I'm going to open this up. And let's see. Let's see if I have any local hosts up and running. I don't know if I do or not. So I'm just going to see if we can get it to Control V. Let's see what's running on localhost 3000, if anything. Should be the app. But I don't think it is because we have a problem in the terminal. But let's see if we can connect to localhost 3000 here. I don't think it's going to connect. Come on now. Shouldn't take that long to connect to the local host. It's local. Let's see. Let's see, which terminal is this? Because I have several that are open. Output, let's see. Dang it, I can't see. Terminal, there we go. Unknown rule at theme. I'm just going to say there's a problem in the terminal. The app is not running on the local host. There's a problem in the terminal. I'm going to add some context. I'm going to select that terminal. It's this one. And then send that message. Let's see the issue. There's two problems we need to fix. The CSS has a theme rule. It's not recognized. The app isn't running on localhost. Okay, let's fix that first. The global CSS, which is this one, I believe. Yep, he is editing this one. Yep. And let's check the issue with the app not running properly. It did relieve our problem. Good deal. No more problems detected. Good deal. I'm going to accept all. And we are up and running now at localhost 3001. So let's copy. Actually, I can't copy that. Ooh, actually I can. Copy. And now, let's go back to the browser. Let's close that. New tab. Open a new one. And let's paste 3001 in there. And what just happened? No. 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 Let's go back to cursor. And okay, I'm gonna have to do it like this. Whoops. 3001. Come on, 3001. Show me what you got. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's pretty good. I kind of like that. Flash trivia, home, trivia, flashcards, profiles, sign in. Okay. Look at that. Explore categories. We got science. That's cool. Look at how it lights up. Now that's cool. Pop culture, geography, sports, arts, technology, custom. Okay. Ready to challenge your mind? Join thousands of players testing their knowledge and expanding their horizons. Get started for free and learn more. Well, isn't that cool? There's our... All right, let's play now. AI-powered questions. Play now, bro. It doesn't. Let's go to create flashcards. That don't work. Okay, let's click science. That don't work. History, pop culture, geography. Okay, nothing works, which is fine. Let's pull up the terminal and let's see. Sign in. This page couldn't be found. Okay. Trivia. Trivia challenge. Test your knowledge with our AI-generated questions. Ready to play? Answer as many questions as you can correctly. Each question has a limit of 15 seconds. Start the game. Let's start. Oh, what's the capital of France? Well, let's just guess Paris. All right, I guess I got that right. Next question. Which of these elements has the chemical symbol AU? Well, that would be gold. Next question. Okay, in which year did the first iPhone release? That would be right around 07. Oh, look at that. See the results. I got a score of 3 out of 3 questions. Let's play again. Oh, same? No, sir. See, same questions. Okay, that's the trivia challenge. All right, let's go to the flashcard section. Flashcard learning. Memorize information effectively with our interactive flashcards. Flashcard study mode. Flip through cards to memorize key concepts. Mark cards as shown once you've mastered them. Start studying. Okay. Geography. What's the capital of Japan? Click to flip. Okay, so review later, huh? Click to flip. Tokyo. Okay, flip back. Hey, guess what? That's pretty cool. Let's go to the next card. History. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? 1776. Okay, I have 0 known because I haven't clicked I know this yet. Which I should have known that. What's the chemical symbol for gold? Okay, click to flip AU. I knew that. Who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird? That was that one dude. Harper Lee. Let's see. Astronomy. What's the largest planet in our solar system? I really don't care. Jupiter. Of course it is. It's the king planet. Okay, so we got some functionality here, but these are set questions, and so now then I need to have the AI generate the questions, each one randomly, depending on the subject. And so, hey, that was cool. Let's see if we can go to profile. Nope. Let's go to home. See if we can go home. That takes us here where nothing works, which is fine. None of these work yet. Ready to challenge them. But I like the, let's click learn more and see if that does anything. Nothing happens with that. Get started for free. Nothing happens with that, which that's fine. That's fine. We can create that stuff later with just a few prompts. It's the functionality of the game adding the AI into it so that every question is generated by the AI so that it's different. That's what I need to explain to it next to start iterating on this particular app. But hey, I think that's pretty dang cool. I like the design. I like the interactiveness here. Let's go back to the trivia section. I really kind of like that. Ready to play, start the game. Yeah, let's see, let's get one wrong. Nope. Okay, so I did actually answer correctly that first time around. Okay. And we know that's gold, and we know this one is 2007. And let's see the results. It calculates them correctly. Okay. All right. And so that's very basic so far. So yeah, we just got to build her on out. So anyways, that's sort of my workflow. In 30 minutes, we got ourselves a working app. That's not that long. And Cursor does a pretty good job. I mean, look at all these. Look at this full stack application that he created for us. And let's see if we have an environment file. Let's see. So what I'm going to do to iterate on this, let's see. So he sees all this stuff, get trivia, blah, blah, blah. And so let's just skip and continue. And I'm going to tell him, good job. I tested it out, and I really like the design, period. I'd like to add the AI functionality so that the trivia QESD questions are randomly generated by the AI so that they are different every time, never the same question twice, period. And implement the AI into the flashcard section as well, period. And let's specify some stuff. I want to Gemini or, oh, where am I typing? We're telling I want to use Gemini. I don't know how to spell Gemini. Gemini for the LLM. Please create a .env file so I can put in my API key. And let's send him that one. So I'm telling him to incorporate the API, to incorporate the AI model, and to create an environment file over here so that I can put my API key in. And see, he created a .env.local file. Right here, Gemini API, blah, blah, blah. Gemini API key or API key there. So I just need to go over here and copy my Gemini API key right here. Don't show this to nobody. Copy. Minimize that. And right here where it says Gemini API key, these pink letters, I'm going to highlight those. where it says your API key here, highlight those and hit Control V, and that pastes in my API key. And then I'm going to go to File right here and click Save, and it's going to save it. Now my API key is saved in my environment file, and it will connect to Gemini. And the reason I use Gemini is because it's free. It's a free API. And I can test out the app for free with the incorporated API. It doesn't matter what model you use. Obviously, the better models like Sonnet are going to work better for some things. But for this, Google is fine. And so he's creating some hooks to easily use the API within the app, within the different pages, within the different codes, okay, with how it's calling the API, because all the different codes that call the API, it has to utilize this key, and instead of having that key strewn all throughout the code, it just calls, it uses this Gemini API key function within each one of these, or whatever the appropriate different codes that it uses. And so let's update the trivia page to use the AI generated questions. Let's update the trivia page to use our AI generated questions. Now he's updating that page.tsx file, which is right here. And this is where we can see how it imports that API key to get that key over here in one of these. I'm not sure how it calls that model. Not quite sure how it calls it. I'm not sure where it's at. It could be this. It's one of these import link from, let's see, motion, button, use state, use effect, use client. I can't remember how that's actually passed in there, but anyways, figured I'd ramble about something while we're waiting for him to update this thing. But now he should be able to generate random questions every time, which is a good thing. And so we'll just start building this thing out, and I'm probably going to import some knowledge into it, some specified for some specific topics, and really build it out. But really the AI should be able to generate. It has all this general knowledge, so really just the AI itself has all the content that we need already built in it. So basically the model's already programmed with all that trivia knowledge, basically. That's the way I see it. Finally, let's update the README with instructions for setting up the API key. I don't need instructions for setting up the API key, but somebody else might. And so that's fine. We'll let him do that. Update the README. See, he's creating documentation. Boom. And see, he tells you, get a Gemini API key from Google AI Studios, and then create a .env.local file in your project root, or add your API key to the file. Blah, blah, blah. Right here. Blah, blah, blah. There's your example. Blah, blah, blah. And this is what I did. Blah, blah, blah. He added Gemini. And now we can start the application with npm run dev. And so I can just go to the terminal here. I could have him do it, but I'm just going to do it myself. npm run dev, enter, and he said there was a problem. And so I am going to tell him there was a problem running npm run dev. Check out my terminal. So I tell him I have problems running it. And he's going to run it for me. I see the issue. Subdirectory, blah, blah, blah. You're in a subdirectory. I see the issue. PowerShell doesn't let me do both commands at the same time. Oh, you're already in Flash Trivia. Oh, no. Oh, the app should now be starting. Oh, but it ain't. And let's check if the development server is actually running. So he's going to list the processes with these commands, and he's going to figure out if they're running. Let's try installing the dependencies directly to make sure they're properly installed. And let's try running the development server again. And okay, he got it up and running. Alright, so it's up and running on 3001. Alright, so she'll be able to go back to 3001, and let's go home. And this should tell us if we're up and running. Boom, we are. And cool, so let's go to home. We're already in home. Let's go to trivia. Okay, ready to play. Yes, let's start the game. Capital of France? No, we already know the capital of France. Next question. No, we already know that stuff. These aren't randomly generated questions. Yeah, 07. See results. Play again. Same questions. So we got to go back into here. And skip and continue. Okay, let's see what he says. I'm going to just accept all. Great. Your server's now up and running, blah, blah. I accepted all that junk. And now I'm going to have to tell him. I'm going to have to tell him the bad... And this is what you're going to have to do. And this is what it takes to build out the app. So where we're at right now is a good start. But that's all it is a good start. Alright? It's just a good start. So... Oh, it actually said... Huh. Try it again, dude. It says the local host refused to connect. And let's just make sure. Yeah. Huh. And so I had to troubleshoot that. Local host is refusing to connect. And let's let him troubleshoot that problem. Look at that, he runs netstat. That's cool. Shows connection time in the wait state, but it doesn't appear to be actively listening. Let's restart. And so I could have been still running the last instance the last time I checked. See your firewall, blocking mail connections, the new settings, blah blah blah. And it's still compiling, compiled, get 200, compiling, compiled. It says it's running on 3001. Yeah. For some reason I've got a... Whoa. It's loading weird. Look at that. Why is it? Huh. Alright, let's go to the trivia section. Category general knowledge, difficulty medium, change settings, start game. Okay, so this is a new iteration. He has made some changes. We can, it's under general knowledge. Let's go to, let's see, that's the only thing that's up.
No, there's science, history, geography. It's just you can't read them. Let's do technology. Select difficulty. Let's do medium. And let's start the game. Loading questions. No questions available. Please try again. Back to menu. Okay. So I've got to tell him what just happened and give him these errors. And let's go ahead. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's copy this. Copy. Go back into cursor and get rid of that context there. I'm going to tell him okay, so I went into the app and I played the trivia game, and when I clicked the button to play, it said it didn't have any questions to load, and there was an error in the Flask console. Can you please check it out? The error reads as follows. Give it a little colon and paste that error in there and say send. I'm just going to accept everything that he's done, and he sees the issue and he's going to figure out the problem and so on and so forth. So anyways, 45-minute video. This is kind of the workflow that you're going to go through, and don't worry about these problems. He's going to figure them out, and you're just going to work through them. And the problem was with the API version and model configuration. Let's update the Gemini API integration. Boom, boom, boom. And so that was the problem. But the server did not start. It says it did. And he says localhost 3000 this time. So he says he's going to launch it on 3000 for some reason. See, for some reason he likes to switch up the ports. He likes to change the default port. Come on, man. There we go. Copy. Let's go and see. I don't think it's actually running on 3000. I think he's pulling my leg just a little bit. So let's paste that in there. And let's see if it's actually running on 3000, because it appears that his launch failed. See, this is his running the server, the development server. And so it's because he's in a subdirectory, and he's having a problem with that. Come on, I want to go back to see if I'm loaded. No, it's not loading. Pull me out some terminal, some console over here. There's nothing. There's one issue, but it's not pulling up. Define import rules at the top of the style sheet. And so no, you're trying to run from the wrong directory or something. The local host is refusing to connect. At least I'm pretty sure it's refusing to connect after all that time. It ain't connecting. application. Let's run the server. Boom. It didn't run. Let's check which port it's running on and see he's going to have a problem. He's trying on 3000 since we changed it. Since he changed it. He says we, but I didn't tell him to change it. And so he's looking at the website right now. He's curling the website of localhost 3000. Let's just go to 3000. And it's not running. See, I can't reload it because it's in the process of loading. I can close it and then localhost 3000. I can try to connect. Let's skip and continue because it doesn't look like he's having any success there. Let's check if the development server is actually running. Seems the server isn't running. I tried to tell him that, but he wouldn't listen. I know, Dodie Bop. Let's try reinstalling the dependencies. And so he's going to go through a whole rigmarole and try and figure out the problem. Now the server is is starting. Now we can see it starting. See? Why do you gotta be so stinky? I know. I know. You're such a little stinky girl. Yes. Oh, yes, I know it. Oh, you just gotta tell me all about it. I know. Oh, goodness. Well, I guess it's a... Hey! Let's pop out that terminal. See what's going on. It says starting, ready, but it hasn't compiled yet. Oh, okay, because 3000's in use, so it's going to 3001 instead. Does he know that? It does. He knows that. 3001. Okay. So apparently, he fixed it. Your application should be running correctly. Here's the current status, blah, blah, blah. You should now be able to access Flash Trivia application at 3001 with the trivia functionality, blah, blah, blah. The changes were made to use Gemini 1.0 model name, and the V1 API endpoint should resolve the errors. Still encounter issues, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so... Alright, let's accept all this junk, and let's go and see if it's actually working. This is 3001 right here, so we should be able to go home, and it should take us okay. Application error, client-side expectation has occurred while loading localhost. See the browser console. Okay. So I gotta copy that error and go into cursor and say when I reloaded the site, I got this error in the console. Please help me fix it. Paste in the error,
and send. And he should be like, oh my goodness, I see what's happening. Oh, this looks like an issue with Next.js Turbo Pack cache. Let's fix it by clearing the cache and restarting the server. Really? Cool. Clear that junk. Clear it out. There you go. Now then, try the correct command to clear Next.js. Oh, you didn't do it correctly the first time? You got a problem with that, don't you? Let's try the correct command for newer versions. Next clean. Oh, let's try the correct syntax for Next.js. He's got a problem with syntax. Let's manually delete the .next directory to clear the cache. Really? You're going to go to those extremes, huh? Now let's restart the development server without TurboPack to avoid cache issues. Would I like to proceed? Well, I reckon I would. Great, the server's now running. How could it be running when I'm still installing dependencies? Listening on port 3001, Gemini, blah blah blah. Invalid Next.js config, blah blah blah. 3001 is in use. Try 3002 instead, because it didn't kill the last time we launched it. Copy. Let's see what's going on here. Import 3002 with this one. Can't even be located. It's just a 404 error. It's not even going to tell me an error. Nope. No. You need to kill all server processes. There are servers running on port 3001, 3000, and 3002. And they are all interfering. Oh, goodness. See, it wants to be stupid with how it types letters. Let's shut them all down and start over. Yeah, and so, anyways, that's where I'm going to leave off with you guys, because this is that long and lonesome road. And so, anyways, let's catch you guys later. Peace.